What if everything we think we know about ancient Egypt is incomplete? What if the pyramids were already ancient when the ancient world first encountered them? And what if humanity once possessed knowledge so advanced that it was later lost to time? These questions have puzzled historians, engineers, and explorers for centuries. And today, we're going to explore why ancient Egypt may be far more mysterious than we are taught. The pyramids of Egypt are among the most recognizable structures on Earth. The Great Pyramid of Giza alone is made of more than 2 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons. Many of these stones were transported from quarries hundreds of miles away. Some were floated down the Nile, others were dragged across open desert. Even with modern machinery, moving stones of this size with such precision would be an enormous challenge. Yet, the Great Pyramid was built thousands of years ago, or was it? The true age of the pyramids is still debated. Most textbooks place their construction around 2500 BCE. But there are no surviving written records that clearly explain how or when they were built. Even Alexander the Great, when he arrived in Egypt in the 4th century BCE, referred to the pyramids as ancient. To him, they were already monuments from a distant past. If the pyramids were already ancient over 2,000 years ago, how old might they really be? The construction quality of the pyramids only deepens the mystery. The earliest pyramids, including the Great Pyramid, are the most advanced. They are the largest, the most precise, and the most accurately aligned. Later pyramids, built generations afterward, are smaller, less precise, and often structurally flawed. Some collapsed not long after they were finished. This directly contradicts what we expect from technological progress. Inside the Great Pyramid, stone blocks are fitted so tightly that a razor blade cannot slide between them. The structure is aligned almost perfectly with true north, with an accuracy that rivals modern engineering. All of this was supposedly achieved without iron tools, without cranes, and without advanced mathematics as we understand them today. We are told it was done with ramps, ropes, and human labor. Yet no ramp system has ever been discovered that fully explains how stones were lifted and placed with such precision. And the mystery does not stop above ground. In recent years, scientists have used advanced scanning technology, including muon tomography. Often compared to X-raying the Earth, these scans revealed large unknown voids and structures inside and beneath the pyramids. Even more intriguing, some data suggests these underground spaces may be connected, forming a complex network beneath the Giza Plateau. The full purpose of these structures is still unknown. They are not listed in ancient records, and many remain unexplored or inaccessible. What was built beneath the pyramids, and why? At the Temple of Seti I in Abydos, there is another famous mystery. A carving that appears to show something impossible, a shape resembling a helicopter. Nearby, forms that look like a submarine and a modern aircraft. According to mainstream explanations, these shapes are the result of older hieroglyphs being carved over and later eroded. But the resemblance is striking. So what were the ancient Egyptians trying to depict? Were these symbolic images, religious metaphors, or attempts to represent something they believed was real? Another legend speaks of knowledge hidden deep underground. Ancient texts describe a hall of records a repository of information meant to survive a great catastrophe. No such chamber has ever been officially confirmed. But combined with modern scans revealing unknown underground structures, the idea remains difficult to dismiss entirely. What knowledge might still lie buried beneath Egypt's sands? And then there is the greatest loss of all. The Library of Alexandria. The Library of Alexandria was not just a building. It was the greatest center of knowledge the ancient world had ever known. Scholars traveled from across Africa, Asia, and Europe to study there. Any ship entering the harbor was searched for books. Those books were copied, studied, and stored. The library is believed to have held hundreds of thousands of texts. Works on astronomy, mathematics, engineering, medicine, geography, and history. Some texts described machines. Others spoke of ancient civilizations, lost lands, and catastrophic events. Over centuries, the library was destroyed through fires, wars, and neglect. Almost all of that knowledge vanished. What secrets were lost forever? What did ancient scholars know that we no longer do? Perhaps the most unsettling idea is this. What if ancient Egypt did not invent all of its knowledge? What if it inherited fragments of something far older? This could explain why the earliest monuments are the most advanced, and why later generations struggled to replicate them. Knowledge, once lost, is incredibly difficult to recover. We often imagine history as a straight line of progress. But history may be cyclical. Civilizations rise, they advance, and sometimes they fall, taking their greatest knowledge with them. The pyramids may not represent the beginning of Egyptian civilization. They may be the final echoes of something far older. Today, the pyramids still stand. They have survived erosion, earthquakes, and thousands of years of time. They remain silent. But beneath them, within them, and around them, mysteries remain. How were they built? What lies hidden below? And what knowledge did humanity once have, that it somehow lost? If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient mysteries, consider subscribing. And ask yourself this before you go. What other knowledge has humanity forgotten, and what would happen if we found it again?